If you're in nursing school, med school, or trying to learn literally anything, stop using Quizlet because there's a program out there that will help you learn information quicker, easier, even to the point of learning 5,000 flashcards for years to come. And that program is called ANKi. And I went back and forth between Quizlet and ANKi many times, but I realized that ANKi is much more superior, and I'm going to show you guys exactly why. But before we get into that, why should you not use Quizlet? Well, first, Quizlet can be helpful if you've got a test coming up in 3 days or a week or so, but it really starts to fall off really quickly after that. Now, this is because Quizlet is just basic recall. You're flipping through the flashcards or matching terms, which might feel productive, but your brain really isn't memorizing the information deeply. Now, you might be thinking, Wes, flashcards are literally just active recall. That's exactly what Quizlet is. Yes, but hear me out. All you're doing is answering a flashcard and moving over to the next. There's no system that's checking you and seeing how well you remember each of those flashcards. Now, Quizlet does have a basic yes or no type flashcards, but what if there was a program out there that was able to gather all the data on how well you know each flashcard and then adjust your study sessions every single time? That way you're not reviewing cards that you already know over and over and over again. That's where ANKi changes the game, and I will show you how ANKi works and even how to download it later in the video. Secondly, Quizlet is very limited and gamified. Now, don't get me wrong, having fun and having a cool interface can be helpful when studying, but come on. Does that really look like a focused study session? I see what they're trying to do, but I think Quizlet is taking it just a little bit too far. It's built to feel like a game, not a serious study tool. You have matching games, leaderboards, timers, things that make you feel great, but you might not be actually mastering the material. And for me personally, I'm in nursing school and I need to know exactly what I don't know and what I know. And Quizlet simply just doesn't provide that much information. All it will do is show you a group of cards you know, and then the cards that you're working on, and the cards that are new. But in no way does it change how the cards are presented to you. Specifically when making flashcards, Quizlet is super limited. All you can do is put one term on one side, one term on the other. However, you can add an image or audio if you're paying for Quizlet Plus, but that's pretty much it. And Quizlet Plus costs $8 a month. You also can't easily group the flashcards. If you want to organize cards by body system, types of bones, or anything like that, you have to create separate decks, and that gets messy really fast. I think Quizlet is like studying with sticky notes. Sure, it works, but it's not efficient, and it's definitely not scalable. Finally, now I touched on this earlier, and it's that with Quizlet, you're flying blind. Now, you don't know what cards you're struggling with or what cards you've mastered. Sure, it gives you the basic rundown of if you studied a card, but there's no detailed breakdown of your performance. But ANKi provides a crazy amount of information, including what time of day you know the material best. Now, that can be super helpful because you can review the flashcards during your prime time every day. Quizlet also doesn't give you feedback on which cards need more review or how often you're making mistakes on each specific card. In nursing, you need detailed data to track your progress. And if you have 100 flashcards, it's not a big deal at all. But when you get 1,000 or 3,000 or 5,000 flashcards, minor adjustments make a huge difference, and you need to be aware of what needs to be changed. You can't do anything close to that with Quizlet, but you can with ANKi. If you made it this far in the video, then maybe I've convinced you to at least try out ANKi. So I will give you guys a very basic rundown. To download ANKi, all you have to do is search up ANKi, obviously. And then the issue is you got to make sure you stay away from the fake ANKi programs. There's a lot of online programs. Those are not the right ones. You need to find, at the time of this making, it's kind of like a darker grayish website. Now just click download ANKi and then find the computer program that you use and click it. That's it. You are now part of the ANKi club. And when you open up ANKi, the first thing you'll notice is how simple it is. This program is designed for one thing and one thing only, and that's studying. You won't have any statistics, obviously, but here are my personal ANKi statistics, and it's true. The amount of information you have is mind-boggling. The cool thing about ANKi is how easy it is to use, but you can also activate and use tons of features as you get more experience with the program. Now, I know this may seem like a lot, but don't worry. I have a very simple ANKi guide linked right down below. But let me show you how to make some of your first flashcards. What you want to do is click Create Deck, and then you can name it. Just name it Anatomy, whatever you want. And then pull up the deck and click Add. And you will immediately notice all the features. Now, don't be intimidated by this because those features are not necessary at this level. Click on the front and back and add whatever you want. If you want to group cards together, you can add a tag because tags will make it much easier to find the cards in the browse section. Now, there are tons of flashcard types that you can use. And remember when I was talking about adding pictures or audio? You can do that, and I have a great guide on how to do that for anatomy linked down below. So if you want to up your game and really take your memorization to the next level, then I highly recommend checking out ANKi. But in the meantime, remember to study hard, study smart, and I'll see you guys next time.